Governor, welcome back to the program. Good to see you, sir.
Good to be with you, Sean. Thanks for having me on.
All right, so the Republicans last week, blank check to Obama on the debt ceiling. Obama himself, when running for office, said $9 trillion was irresponsible and unpatriotic. Why aren't the Republicans in Washington willing to do what you did? And I admire you for this. You put your entire career on the line. You had a $3.5 billion budget deficit. You said if we don't fix it, the kids of Wisconsin are going to have to pay it. Now you have nearly $1 trillion savings. I'm sorry, nearly, $900 million you got in savings. So it's a massive turnaround.
Almost $1 billion. That's right.
Yeah. Why won't the Republicans in Washington take that same tough stand like you did?
Well, we need to stand up and help them make that a part of this election and tell about solutions, not just about what's wrong with the other side. We can't just be against Obamacare, just against Obama. We got to tell them what we would do to make sure we didn't bump into the debt ceiling and to make sure we can repeal and replace Obamacare with something that puts the power back in the hands of the people. Something you and I have talked about, real solutions, conservative solutions that will get America back on track again.
Yeah, I started this thing, and I wrote Conservative Solution Caucus 2014, and on there the penny plan, balanced budget amendment, secure the borders, health care savings accounts, energy, which would create millions of jobs for Americans. I don't hear anybody in the Washington Republican establishment out there with that vision, solutions you call them, and telling people what they do. So is that safe strategy? Is that a good strategy going into an election?
No, I don't think so. I wrote about my book Unintimidated, the idea that I thought the people who win elections in battleground states, the people, so-called people in the center, don't want conservatives to move to the center. They want us to lead. The way you get to voters who elected not only me in 2012 in a recall election, but turned around and voted, ironically, for Barack Obama in 2012 as well, were people who want more than anything leadership. And as conservatives, we've got great ideas. Why don't we want to go out there and lead with them?
All right, you see, now you're singing my tune here, because what I don't understand is you put it all on the line, you benefited. Not only is your state have nearly $1 billion surplus, but now your name's bannered about quite a bit that maybe you may get into the 2016 presidential race. Isn't that because you took a stand and led and didn't back down from a fight? Isn't that what's missing?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I'm surely flattered when people bring things like that up, but it's not because of some great speech or a YouTube video. It's because we went out and led. And that's what people are hungry for, particularly in times of economic and fiscal crisis like this nation still faces today. Yeah. I think that's why in America, the Republicans who are doing well are governors, not just me in Wisconsin, but other governors.
I agree.
Look at Rick Scott in Florida. The unemployment rate's down 5%. Rick Schneider in
11.5%. Now it's down to 6%. Yeah. It went down. And look at we had Governor Perry on the program last week. Governor Perry, he's going to have a $15 billion budget surplus in the state of Texas. Pretty amazing. All right, so let me ask you, and I don't want to put words in your mouth. I want to be fair, but I use adjectives like timid to describe the Republicans in Washington. Is that a fair analysis?
Well, I think it's a fair comparison. I tell people if we want to win in 14 and we want to win again in the future after that, we've got to be optimistic and visionary and offer a real plan no matter what we're running for, whether it's governor, United States Senate, House of Representatives, or any other position out there. We've got to speak in terms that are relevant to real people, not just about sequesters and fiscal cliffs, but ultimately talk about real terms about people can relate to it. And then we got to show we have the courage to act on it. That's why Republican governors are leading all across the country right now. And I believe we can get the United States Senate back if we have candidates who do just that in key races all across America.
All right, so if item number one that I think would unite, remember Braveheart, unite us, William Wallace. But do you think, for example, if Republicans said we're going to stop robbing from our kids and we're going to cut 1 penny out of every dollar and make sure we balance our budget, isn't that something they should unite behind? Don't you think the country would buy into that?
There's no doubt about it. In fact, what do people care about more than anything? They care about their kids and their grandkids. People talk about, what's the third rail, Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, all those sorts of things out there. No, what people care about, even retirees care about more than anything. I know my parents, they care about their grandkids. They care about my 2 boys who are in college and their 2 granddaughters who are in first and fourth grade. They care about them more than anything in the world. Right. And if they knew that this is the future, they're going to inherit a debt that's a bigger personal debt than the mortgage they're probably going to ever pay on the largest home they've bought. They would not want that for their grandchildren. They would want a simple solution to move forward. They don't want to just hear about what's bad about the other guys. They want to hear conservative solutions that work.
$3.5 billion deficit. You have $1 billion surplus. Congratulations, Governor, and you nearly got thrown out of office for that. Congratulations to you.
Thank you, Sean. Good to be with you.
I appreciate it.